What's good, Milwaukee? Your boy Narrator out here in Charm City, Baltimore, about to represent. Just landed a couple hours ago. Rough first flight, but we out here, we made it. God is good. Yeah, performance probably started in about a half hour or so. And we definitely gonna represent Milwaukee. Y'all see the buck jacket, right? Okay. We gonna represent Baltimore too. I'm ready for them. You know, we got the little, even though they lost, we got the Ravens sweatshirt. But we definitely gonna get them some spoken word and show them how we do it, Midwest style. But yeah, I'm just out in the streets, you know, walking. Same vibe, potholes, police, inner city. Yeah, but we gonna get it. So I appreciate God for this, for real. God is good. I've been trying to get out here for a while now. So I want to shout out Miss Andrea Harrison for making it happen. And we gonna represent. We gonna represent. I wrote something nice for them. Charm City, stand up. We'll be back, y'all. Peace.
So without further ado, let's give it up for the narrator.
Question. I'm just asking for a friend. But whatever happened to Big Mama and them old school helpful cats in the slacks with the matching brims? And I know what some of y'all probably already thinking. Man, those days are long gone. That was the old climate. But even today, I still should be willing to give you the shirt off my back. Though stubbornness is frowned upon, sometimes it's yet fundamentally okay to be closed-minded. As a matter of fact, that particular ray of light, we need to go and find it. But we probably won't find it. Y'all want to know why? Georgia, because we so blinded. I don't find it amusing how they use the inner city residents as guinea pigs. Liquor stores on every corner. Alcohol and cigarettes got us sitting in shambles. And I can't get a handle. Because realistically, how do you plan to physically get over any hump if you're addicted to Camels? I'm talking about that type of addiction where items coming up missing. Because see, I grew up in a household where everything got stole. The stove, TVs, any little piece of furniture just like that, it was off in the wind. I can remember in my bedroom, all I had was this one nightstand. And I never saw it again. So I became a runaway teen hanging out often with friends that always seemed to end up in last place. Strange, because they all were mostly fast-paced, which is why I'm up here looking like this, the emoji with the sad face. And many of us still running in some of the wrong circles, which kind of explains why we in bad shape. No different than this flawed educational system that has learned to somehow castrate the minds of our youth. The proof is they no longer even believe in becoming a lawyer or a doctor's cool. They're not amused. So I'm not sure if Max has seen the Queen, Regine, or Kyle in a while, but how we supposed to send Claire to school if we ain't got the proper tools? They messing over tons of money. Some of these greedy legislators bleeding us high and dry. As the number of underpaid educators quadruple, and they wonder why teachers and pupils not seeing eye to eye. Pause. See, it was that exact poetry down in Milwaukee that landed me right here. A pioneer. It indirectly helped me find the ear of Miss Andrea Harrison. See, I cherish when somebody understands that you're being used as an extension to truly give the community something to think about. So I personally want to thank this woman. Appreciate you. God bless you. Not only for inviting me, but for actually paying attention. In spite of what might be in her bank account, it builds confidence. And honestly, I don't do too well with compliments. So at first it was a bit embarrassing. But she said, young man, after hearing that spoken word, oh, I'm flying you out to my home state. In Maryland. I replied, cool, I'm there. I'm looking forward to it. It would be my honor. There's nothing else to say or explain. But I told Miss Andrea I didn't even need a flight out here. Because either way, when I show up, I guaranteed you, I'm going to make it plain. I'm talking if I got to walk all the way to Baltimore till I'm awfully sore, just so I'm not witnessing another single mother sick, sniffling then, wiping her nose, crying as the family choked up, trying to close the coffin door, because see, we lost for sure. I've seen your news coverage. Random dudes in public dropping like flies, stiff and paralyzed in some hospital bed laying very still. According to doctors, they can barely feel. It's a gruesome discovery, but it's all about a new recovery, so daily I'm on my knees praying that every victim from Cherry Hill, y'all not playing on a fair field. You know, it kind of reminds me of the National Football League when pondering all of these issues we got to tackle. Shackled beyond belief. Gunfights and shootouts in the streets causing mass hysteria. Because no matter which direction, there's no safety present. So what's the chances of survival if we always running back to the same area? But here's the kicker. Recidivism is at an all-time high. Prisoners set up for failure way before they even touch down. Hell, they might as well have been left in a joint. Because scores of men are losing their freedom by just the slightest of margins. Which is why I had to make that extra point. But it's not a quick fix. Because out of 10 individuals on the corner, I can pick 6 who get intercepted by the system. It's like when they lost their tooth, with it also went wisdom. We not thinking properly about how we living. It's giving me flashback vibes. Around 1995, so to this day, it's no surprise that any pistol going off is the worst sound. Because that's when I lost my childhood friend in a barrage of bullets. Out of a whole crowd of innocent bystanders, he was the first down. This entire environment has become renowned for fending off those type of attacks, mostly blacks. Y'all can see them out on the grass trying their hardest to get off a sack, and so I have to ask the reason. Why are we destroying our own neighborhoods? Renovated houses being vandalized way before they even pass completion. At this present rate we going, we won't even last the season. Another tragic evening at Mercy Medical or Johns Hopkins. I'm stopping and waiting because I don't know who got more patience. Missiles and knives, or a bunch of guys standing outside ready to snap in shotgun formation. All over some internet beef on Instagram Live like, okay, where you at? I dare you. Drop your location. And I hope this is not an offensive line, but I can't name one person within a 10-mile radius that's not on probation. But that's why this organization has developed special teams, a necessary means of public outreach before half of our demographic eventually sink. But ROCA deserves more credit, because I don't hear any sideline reporter raving about this at M&T Stadium, and y'all can take that to the bank. Well, as far as that goes, I'm optimistic about our improvement. Collective movements, regardless of when any opposition is telling us to stand down. Because actually, we need to start a committee to bring back Charm City. Because it's the pity feeling like I got to carry a Winchester whenever I'm in Sandtown. So here lies our fate. It's become scary how we so easily despise and hate. But here's some food for thought. It's not only just Baltimore, because even in Salisbury, lives at stake. But we can rise and be great. Y'all better stop playing. Come on. Yeah. So here lies our fate. It's become scary how we so easily despise and hate. But here's some food for thought. It's not only just Baltimore, because even over in Salisbury, lives at stake. But we can rise and be great. 125 years from this date, my message will remain the same. I'm not taking it back. Because I don't know much about Francis Scott, but I know the key to bridge this gap is for all of us to come together before a major collapse. Because y'all, Francis Scott Key Bridge just had a major, I'm just stating the facts. But too many of us wasting time debating on whether we should be taking the vax. And don't get me wrong, I understand the seriousness of fighting infections. But after a little research, I realized y'all been dealing with some Kia boys too. So please forgive me for shifting gears and trying to steer them in the right direction, because every life is a blessing. So I'm stressing the importance of supporting anybody navigating through misfortune. Return home just to find foreclosure notices on their porching. The same individuals that society quietly sticks a fork in, while EBT forces us to really reevaluate our portions. Living off of pork and beans, it seems our dreams have transformed into schemes of racketeering and extortion. Lord, the weather is scorching. Our dirty laundry, I'm just trying to air out like a pair of Jordans, you know, the ones we barely afford. but have to run out and keep up this facade like it's somehow very important, ignoring the fact. Y'all better come on, man. Let's get it. So I'm supporting anybody navigating through misfortune. Return home just to find foreclosure notices on their portion. The same individuals that society quietly sticks a fork in, while EBT forcing us to really reevaluate our portions. Living off of pork and beans, it seems our dreams have transformed into schemes of racketeering and extortion. Lord, the weather is scorching. Our dirty laundry, I'm just trying to air out like a pair of Jordans, the ones we barely afford, and we have to run out and keep up this facade like it's somehow very important, ignoring the fact that we in grave condition. Every day they're excavating another plot and coming up with different ways to stress and bury us. They were just talking about this on the Breakfast Club, how it's not a laughing matter. But some people gather and find it just hilarious. Homicide after homicide. Come on, y'all. Homicide after homicide. Mathematically, there is no way to dispute that. They even canceled The Wire. The director's scared to keep shooting scenes, too afraid that local gang members might shoot back. So where does this leave all of our youth at? The Juvenile Justice Center. Labeled as offenders when they should never have to end up in jails. But throughout this ocean of chaos, ROCA has remained a big fish, which explains that one visit from the Prince and the Princess of Wales. Consistent persistence that never fails. New York state of mind. In this lifetime, be prepared to take several L's. Losses that can eventually turn into wins with just a twinge of perseverance. We need to emulate that type of drive LeBron got. Headed straight to the rack. The shirt is on clearance. I didn't come here for a personal appearance. I'm here because in this game, we taking turns dropping from top to bottom. So what you think I'm trying to connect for? Because with all of these problems manifesting in the East, we're not networking enough. Therefore, politically speaking, maybe we need to be reaching out to West more.
Come on, man.
If the score is not in our favor, don't start looking towards your neighbor. I want everybody in this room to understand that the blame is us. So as I head back southwest, I promise to keep the city in my spirit. Really, I'm just hoping I wrote these lyrics plain enough. I go by Narrator. Thank y'all so much. All right.